Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
All right, there is so much today. We got to get right to it. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan. This is something that's just set us off yesterday when we first saw it, and it's been gnawing at me for almost 24 hours now.
Oh no!
It's just unbelievable. It's just the fear mongering that is going on with these Democrats and placing the blame on others. They accept no personal responsibility for anything that's going on. And CNN's Aaron Burnett was interviewing Mayor Jenny Durkan of Seattle. And it's just if you can.
Oh no!
This is one of those where you get the duct tape out and tape up your head ahead of time.
I mean, let me ask you, Mayor, because some of these images, they're ugly. I mean, a Starbucks destroyed in the protests, a construction site for a juvenile detention facility set on fire. Seattle police say officers were burned when protesters threw explosive devices at them. And look, a lot of what's happening here, this is not peaceful. This is just violent and destructive. And the president says he thinks mayors like you are refusing his help and those standby forces because he's the one offering it. Does he have a point?
Oh, what do you think she's going to say here? Well, yeah, of course he does. Of course he's got a point. Aaron, yes, thank you for asking me that question. Yes, I want to accept responsibility right now.
That's as close as a CNN anchor could ever get to agreeing with President Trump. Is
right?
when they lead into a question with, does he have a point?
Gee, I wonder what will the answer be?
No.
Whoa! Wait a minute. You don't agree? He's got a point? Huh. All right. Well, what's the deal then?
Again, the president's actions clearly have escalated things in Seattle.
Okay, it's his fault. Blame Trump for the violence in Seattle because he sent federal troops. And by the way, federal troops are always in federal buildings. I mean, that's where they live, kind of.
Yeah.
It's their job to protect the federal buildings. I think he might have reinforced that. He sent in some extras.
And later today, we'll have video of Bill Barr, who makes that very point at his hearing yesterday.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Across the country. I was just talking to a number of mayors throughout the country who saw a similar thing, that people wanting to act out against the president and his administration coming to the streets.
Okay.
I believe if you look at what happened yesterday and Sunday, again, it was peaceful. We had a number of peaceful protests.
They've had a number of peaceful protests. What is that number? 2? How many peaceful? You've also had a number of violent protests. What is that number? It's a lot larger.
That peaceful... That qualifies for you keep using that word.
Yes.
And what we've seen is every time this president promises to sow division, he's successful at it.
Wait, when did Donald Trump ever promise to sow division? I must have missed that speech. I promise that I will sow beautiful division. Beautiful. It's tremendous division. I will sow it. I'm actually one of the best sowers ever. I'm a great sower, I can tell you that. I'm the best sower. You can't sow, but I can sow. I sow tremendously. Believe me. But people say that I'm the best at sewing. I can also crochet.
And
I missed that. Again, I missed that speech.
Yeah.
I don't know when he gave that.
He's clearly targeted cities run by Democratic mayors. He said
he's clearly targeted cities run by Democrat mayors. I wonder why. Could it be that that's where the violence is happening night after night after night?
Those are the places that suck the most,
Is
man.
that possible that that's where all of the crap is hitting the fan right now?
so himself. He's using law enforcement as a political tool. I hate to say it, Aaron, but I really believe that we are seeing the dry run for martial law.
Oh, my gosh. Now, she hates to say it, which, of course, she doesn't hate to say it, obviously. She has to say it because that's the talking point of these hideous Marxists. Now, that's the one they've agreed on. We're going to say that he is preparing martial law. Everybody, bring that up in your interviews. The outrageously irresponsible, even treasonous. I mean, you are fear-mongering to the point now where you're inciting the lunatic left in this country to further violence and further hatred of the president and this nation. It's despicable what's going on here. They're trying to lead us down a path to civil war.
This is a president that is using law enforcement and federal forces for political purposes.
This is unbelievable.
And that should be chilling to every American.
Yeah, what you're
So
saying
then
is
what
chilling.
do you do to stop it?
What do you do to stop it?
We will continue to do. I think the number one
Nothing.
thing we can do to bring peace to the streets in Seattle and across America is to bring more justice to the systems.
Okay, all right, sure. Yes, exactly. In other words,
Good plan.
we're doing nothing to stop it. In fact, we like it. We're gonna continue to do nothing about the mayhem, Aaron. In fact, we're gonna encourage it, as we've been doing up until this point. And I guess it'll stop, Aaron, when Seattle, Portland, and Oakland and every other liberal hellhole in this country are burned to the stinking ground. That's when it'll stop, is when there's nothing left to set on fire. Let's just think back to a decade ago, maybe a little more than a decade now. It's amazing how much time has gone by and how quickly. You remember what the Obamas told us that they were going to do? They, being the Marxists and communists and anarchists that they're in league with, the left-wing mob, they told us over and over exactly what they were going to do.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
And of course, there was this from Michelle.
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. We are going to have to change our conversation.
Yeah.
We're going to have to change our traditions, our history. We're going to have to move into a different place.
Wow, isn't our country being transformed right now? And aren't they changing our history right now? The 1619 Project, they're literally trying to change our history, our culture, our traditions. They've moved us into a different place, a place where we can't stand each other. They successfully did it. Before Obama, we didn't have this horrific division in our nation. We weren't at each other's throat. We had disagreements. And certainly the left hated George W. Bush with a passion. But this is a whole other level now. I mean, this hatred has spread now. They don't just hate like George W. Bush or Donald Trump. They hate America now. And they hate American values. They seem to hate white people. And they've laid the blame for every single wrong that's ever happened to them and this country at the doorstep of Whitey. I mean, until now, until this fundamental transformation, they've never been able to overcome the firewall of the American founders, because Americans love the founding fathers. We knew they weren't perfect, but we also knew what they were up against. We knew the complexities that they faced. And we also understood as Americans that these were really good men, that these were inspired men. And we have always believed in and revered them. And that founding firewall protected the American principles of freedom upon which they built this country. That firewall protected the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. It led to individualism. We believed in these principles and in the opportunities that we have in this country to make our own way. Well, now these radical revolutionaries have hacked our founding firewall. They've successfully tainted the founding fathers. They poisoned that tree of liberty. And now the fruit of that poison tree, the U.S. Constitution, has been corrupted. In the minds of so many, what everybody once agreed on, we can't even get together on it anymore. Once you disparage the founders, now you can attack everything they created, including negating all the brilliant, inspired work they did. So what now? Where do we go? What do we do? For one thing, I think families with school-age kids must have real, truthful American history in their homes. You got to teach it to your kids yourself. You cannot count on the educational system in this country anymore. If you don't have it, buy it. The 5,000-year leap. Gotta have that. That is a must to teach your children with.
And read it with your kids.
Absolutely.
Anybody can get a ton of information out of that thing.
You'll love it. And so will they. It's really good. It's interesting, and it's real, and it's true. There might not be a better way to teach American history in the world. Teach it to your kids at home. Make sure that they get that foundation, the love for this country. If we grow up with generations of kids and young adults who hate this country, we've got no chance. We've got no chance to continue as a country. If it's possible, if you can, I think from now on you need to homeschool your kids. You can't count on the school system anymore. It is infested with almost the whole educational system now. The 1619 Project being the latest among them.
Yeah, and with these lockdowns and these schools not starting up, one thing that is really taken root is called these little school pods, where just like-minded moms are getting together, and maybe they're pulling their money and hiring a teacher to teach their kids in their homes.
That'd be cool.
If anything, this opportunity, as frustrating and insane as the lockdowns are, this opportunity is falling into people's laps right now.
Yeah.
And giving you
maybe it gives you an alternative.
Yes, exactly.
Get original sourced books. The books that are from prior to the progressive age, like, say, 1920. And teach your kids at home. Even if you can't homeschool full time, at least supplement what they're getting somewhere else. Get books like The Real George Washington, The Real Thomas Jefferson, The Real Benjamin Franklin. They're so good, and they're absolutely true. And they will teach you who these men really were, and teach your children who these men really were.
Yeah, and like if you just go to wallbuilders.org, I'm just going to check here. I mean, that they've got
to have those,
all
right?
All sorts of great books that you can order directly from them. I'm just looking to see where you would go on the website. Let's see, library maybe? Yep. Yeah, so just go to Wall Builders, and that's a great place to start as far as resources for your kids.
Have to do it. You have to do it. I mean, our schools are just blindly following down this path of Marxism. They're not looking into any of it. Jeez. When you see the things that are going on all around you, even at supposedly conservative schools, I mean, the Black Lives Matter stuff with the organization, again, separating the actual statement, Black lives, of course, they do matter. Of course they matter. But the organization is evil. It's teaching Marxism. It's teaching breakup of the nuclear family. Is that what you want in your conservative college? If not, maybe you better check who you've allowed into your conservative college. Black Lives Matter and the 1619 Project. Insidious and wrong. Wake up, people. Wake up at these universities and realize you can't just cave in to everything. It's mind-boggling to me that they've allowed it. Mind-boggling.
If you do go to Twitter at Pat Unleashed, we will have a link to Wall Builders. This is not a sponsorship. We're getting nothing for this. Just a place that you could go to maybe start a library for teaching your kids. America's Godly Heritage is a book there. The Lives of the Signers. Benjamin Rush book. Seriously, you got to check him out. He's underrated. Listen to this. Setting the Record Straight. American History in Black and White. I mean, this goes through the Black founders. So great resources. At Pat Unleash, we'll have it on the Twitter page, so you can click right there and take a look.
If you want a Black project, look into the stuff at Wall Builders that David Barton and Glenn put together about the Black founders. And look into that and teach that to Black kids. Show them how they are, how they were in part responsible for helping to build this country.
Yeah, and don't forget David Barton's book, The Jefferson Lies, setting the record straight on how he has been maligned.
Jeez. That whole Sally Hemings thing where he fathered a whole generation's 6 children or something with her. Come on. No, it did not happen. It's a lie. And it's changing history. They've successfully done it. Well, he took a DNA test, right, that proved one of 28 people in the Jefferson family were responsible. And everybody who knew Thomas Jefferson knew that was not in his character to do something like that, to have sex with his slave. And it was in the character of others in his family, his nephew, his brother. So if you're looking for a Jefferson to pin it on, it wasn't Thomas. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. While the left embraces all of this stuff and the cancel culture, maybe at least we should get into part of that. Cancel your left-wing supporting cell phone provider and make the switch to America's only conservative cell phone carrier, Patriot Mobile. They share your values, and they don't charge hidden fees. Everything's up front. And unlike Big Mobile, they don't send your hard-earned money to Planned Parenthood or other left-wing causes. And you get the same reliable nationwide service, and you support a company that loves this country, shares your values, supports our Constitution, and puts people before profits. It's really easy to switch to. You can keep your phone if you want to and your phone number, or you can switch it, get a new one, whatever you want to do. Veterans and first responders save even more, so make the switch today. Call 972-PATRIOT, 972-PATRIOT, or visit patriotmobile.com and get your customized plan starting at $25 a month. patriotmobile.com/Pat.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
It's true, you are.
You doing okay over there?
No, I'm pissed.
Oh, no. All right, well, thought I would check in with you to see how...
I can't believe what's going on right now.
I know, man.
You know, Attorney General Barr yesterday said something during the course of... He said several things during the course of the hearing. But one of the things he said when they were just berating him for sending federal troops in was... when did it become okay to burn down federal buildings? When did that become a thing? When is that all right? We have that? Do we have that very? Let me see what we've got. Let's go ahead and get into the hearing yesterday.
It was exciting, right? I mean,
it was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just start with you can't say whatever you want.
Okay.
No, I know what the policy is.
The time of the gentlelady.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Chairman.
I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Gentlelady. Mr. Chairman, point of order. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Back. What purpose does the gentleman seek?
Is it permissible for a member of this committee to accuse the sitting Attorney General of the United States of murder? Because that's what we just heard. Those words need to be struck from this record. This is outrageous.
The members control the time.
Mr. Chairman. To say whatever they want? What about rules of decorum?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I actually have a clarification. Mr. Chairman.
Escobar. Escobar is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Was the video played by the previous member? Was that a video of things that happened in the United States or in Venezuela? I just want a clarification. What was the video?
The gentleman is not stating a cognizable point of order. Mr. Escobar is recognized.
Jeez.
There it was.
I mean...
that's a popular CB channel on a Friday night.
Yeah.
You can't hear anybody, man. Come on. That was...
It's just a cluster thing.
Cluster thing.
A cluster thing.
Cluster, you know what.
It is because... I don't even know what they're talking about by the end of it.
I know.
They're just yelling at each other, screaming over each other.
Oh, boy.
And Barr is just sitting there.
I love that. That's what's so funny. It's the entire time the camera's
looking
on
back and
Barr.
forth. Yeah. Okay. Back to you. All right. Back to you, Bob. Bill, now your turn. Then there was. Then Barr talked about the Antifa attack on the church in D.C.
Okay. Are you aware that the rector of the church, that the Episcopal Archbishop of Washington and the presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church nationally, along with the Catholic bishop of the Archdiocese of Washington, all denounced this police assault on the civil rights and civil liberties of the people?
Did they do that before or after the fire was put out?
No, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
He just shut him up.
That's so great.
That was funny.
And again, I guess it's okay to burn down even according to their pastors. Get the police out of there and let Antifa burn down our church. What is going on? How has this happened in this country where now it's okay to loot? It's okay. The violence is great. Mm-hmm. If it's not a right-wing cause that you're talking about, and besides, right-wingers aren't doing this violence, but if it's not right-wing, whatever violence you want to do is perfectly fine. It's absolutely acceptable. You can steal things from people. You can burn down their business. You can burn down their church. You can do whatever you want. You can slather paint all over walls that don't belong to you. That's not a problem either. You can write whatever message you want in the street. If it happens to be a left-wing message, wow.
So what if you want to attack a federal courthouse and, say, pick a random place, like Portland, Oregon?
Like Portland, yeah.
Is that cool?
Well, are there federal troops there? Are federal troops in that city? Federal troops? Jeez.
I told them, I said, if you don't want federal troops in your city, then attack buildings that aren't federally owned. Because then you can't make this stretch of justification of sending in federal agents.
They focused on this courthouse, though. They really want to bring it down because it's nice and, well, it's federal. And they want to make a statement here.
Yeah, I was informed that's like a historical building, too. Mm-hmm. And anyhow, yeah, so he was asked about this. I thought it was a funny answer.
Federal courts are under attack. Since when is it okay
there we go.
to try to burn down a federal court?
Thank you.
If someone went down the street to the Prettyman Court here, that beautiful courthouse we have right at the bottom of the hill, and started breaking windows and firing industrial-grade fireworks in to start a fire, throw kerosene balloons in and start fires in the court, is that okay? Is that okay now? No, the U.S. Marshals have a duty to stop that and defend the courthouse, and that's what we are doing in Portland. We are at the courthouse defending the courthouse. We're not out looking for trouble.
Fantastic.
I mean, when you say it like that.
It's just fantastic. Yeah, it sounds like they're doing something bad when you say it like that. Let them burn it down if they want to. What's the big deal? I mean, they're having some fun. Are you getting in the way of their fun?
Mm-hmm.
Is it incredible how these Democrats, virtually all of them, just they're not concerned at all. They're perfectly fine with all of this violence.
Yeah. Well, and
chaos.
There's talk of, well, why are they whisking them away? Like the Gestapo or something like that. Well, I don't know if you've seen the images on the news lately, but if they tried to question them there, they would probably be murdered in the street. So they have to get them off-site temporarily, figure out, okay, are you the guy we're looking for? Are you the one that fits the description, blah, blah, blah. And also they're like, oh, well, they're not identifying themselves when they're there, and all that stuff.
Yeah, do you want them killed?
You want them doxxed? You want their families? I mean, because that's the scenario you've set up. Right. This violence has set up the scenario that makes it justifiable to conceal the identities of these federal agents. Otherwise, back home, the wife and the little kids are going to have danger. God knows what happened to them.
Yeah. And they have no compunction. In fact, they're saying that we need to make them uncomfortable in their homes, and that's why they're showing up at the homes. They were just at the Homeland Security Chief's home and surrounded it the other night. A whole bunch of Antifa douchebags surrounded the Homeland Security Chief's house in the middle of the night. Yeah, we got to make them uncomfortable. No, you don't have to show up at their house and do. No, I'm sorry. That's out of bounds. Now you've crossed the line.
Okay, but it's not like, these are crazy far fringe leftist activists, Pat. It's not like they got the okay from a congresswoman at some point that said, do this.
Yeah, it's not like Maxine Waters said those very words, that we got to get in their faces. We got to show up at their homes. We've got to get in their face in a restaurant.
Yep.
At a gas station. Remember that?
Yep. They got their
is.
marching orders, and
we're here.
They're carrying them out.
We're absolutely here. If anything happens to any of these people, you can go right back to Maxine Waters. And nobody will. We will. I'm going to bring it up because if we're playing by their rules, they bring up everything and that happens and attribute it to Donald Trump.
Think about this. Sarah Palin says we're targeting these districts. A congresswoman is shot, and all of a sudden Sarah Palin is effectively guilty of assault.
Right. Attempted murder.
Attempted murder. Thank you. You've got a congresswoman telling the radicals what to do. They're doing it, and that's not even an issue.
It's pretty amazing. Attorney General Barr had this to say, too. He was trying to get a little break because they've been going all day, and he was hungry, and they hadn't.
Boy, I get
had
angry.
A break.
I totally can. I feel his pain here, yes.
I mean, they're yelling over him the whole time. They don't let him answer questions. Finally, he says he wants to.
Could we take a 5-minute break?
Dean is
take a break.
Could we take a 5-minute break, Mr. Chairman?
No.
No.
It's a common courtesy,
Dean is
Chairman, of every witness.
I waited an hour for you this morning. I haven't had lunch. I'd like to take a 5-minute break.
Mr. Attorney General, we are almost finished. We're going to be finished in a few minutes. Otherwise, we can certainly take a break, but
You're real classy.
Yeah.
You're real classy.
Yeah, after this, if you still want, we'll have a break.
So
No,
Barr says
now.
Barr says he's a real class act for not allowing him to take a break.
Think about this, because the hearing was delayed because Jerry Nadler was in an automobile accident yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And so it pushed everything back. Well, Bill Barr was sitting there waiting forever all morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be hungry too.
Yes.
Of course, I
may have had to go to the bathroom.
Right, thank
possibly. And you might want to just take a break for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't want to say it, which is why he was blaming it on lunch. I don't know.
But boy, I don't think.
But it's not a hearing. It's a circus.
Thank you.
It's just a 3-ring circus.
Well, it's also nap time. It's nap time for Jerry Nadler.
Oh, did he take a little nappy in the middle of it?
He was taking the opportunity to catch up on sleep. As you can see there, he's got his eyes closed. He's just sleepy.
Look at his arm is just
his hand fades away. But now just hang with Congressman Nadler. Hang with him because he's just thinking. He's just thinking. See, look, I'm here. What? I'm good.
Okay.
I'm awake long enough to pick my ear, and then right back to Sleepy Town we go. Good night. I mean, he wasn't even into it. So there you go, his own hearing, and then it's nap time.
Well, when you're breathing your own CO2 all day long, it could tend to, make you a little sleepy after a while.
That's what'll do it to you. Oh, you're right, it's a circus.
It's ludicrous. And the mask wearing, I'm glad to see.
Yeah, somebody.
Glad to see he had the mask.
Of course, he didn't have the mask when he was, didn't realize cameras were going to be there. Remember that from Monday? We had he's standing on the street corner. Boy, imagine that imagery there. Jerry Nadler on the street corner.
A police officer came by and told him to break it up.
We're pulling out the fat jokes early today.
Even before Jeffy gets in here. Yeah.
Or as somebody on Twitter, several of your Pathead audience members were pointing out that his pants, he wears them so high that they actually double as a mask for him. Jerry Nadler.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So, yeah, there you go. Bill Barr, Attorney General in Congress yesterday. I'm sure he thinks that was time well spent for him.
I'm sure he does. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he does. Because these Democrats are, they're so out of touch, I think, with the American people. And hopefully we'll show them that in November. I hope and I pray. Because I read the opposite the other day. I read that they're expecting to win the House, the Senate, and the presidency. If that happens, wow, look out, America.
Well,
it was nice knowing you.
There was recent history, remember? They had 2009, 2010, they had absolute power. And
yeah, and that's when
a
they
lot
got
of stuff got
through.
done. See, when Democrats get absolute power,
they actually do what they say they're going to do.
When the Republicans do,
not so much.
Nightmare.
888-900-3393. We'll be chewing the fat with Jeffy next. Triple 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Wesley D's Wombat Wonderland and E Possum Oporium Tweets. Okay, when the actual heading is longer than the tweet,
there's a problem.
Was it me or just me, or did anyone else notice that as soon as AG Barr started talking yesterday, the stock market headed up? I didn't notice that, but probably. That's good. Jeffy's 18 Spoons. You guys are killing me this morning. Great stuff. Keith was kind enough to dig up and share some history resources with me a couple weeks ago. Wall Builders is a treasure trove. It really is.
Yes, it is.
David Barton has done a great job with that, and it's awesome. Keep the suggestions coming. Missy Mann woke up this morning thrilled to listen to Pat, and now I've got homework. What? Yeah, reading the 5,000-year leap is a must.
Yep.
It's a must.
It's a lot of words, though.
It's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
There's quite a few words in it.
I have the book.
Very few pictures.
Very few pictures.
And quite a few words in the 5,000-year leap. Yeah. But you might accidentally
totally
learn
worth
something.
It. Yeah. You want your kids to have a foundation.
Seriously, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better as a history book for America than the 5,000-year leap.
And they're broken into chapters where each chapter is a different freedom. That explains. You gotta please read the book.
Yeah, and then then you graduate to some other things like the Federalist Papers, which will explain to you the Constitution and the reasons for each of.
That's another one with
the components of the U.S. Constitution. That's
words.
There's a lot of words.
Hold on.
Yes,
and there's some big ones in that. It's some slogging.
Some words.
You got to do some intellectual slogging through that thing. But it's worth it.
Atlas Shrugged.
It's worth it.
Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, it's another one. That's it. And entertaining, too. It's fun.
Yeah.
Plus, you could just watch the movie if you want.
What? The movies are horrific.
I'm a fan of that.
They're not good.
Are just
That's true. They're really not good.
Though.
But still.
Yeah.
You get a little
No,
bit
you don't.
You get the gist of it.
I have never known a book and a movie to be that far apart than Atlas Shrugged on the big screen. Stop it. Read the book.
And part of the problem is, I don't think it was for the big screen. Wasn't it a TV thing?
Yeah, it was one of those direct to DVD.
It was pretty bad.
It sure was.
From Stephen Hall, the Barr hearing was a circus and Nadler's pants was the tent. That's awesome.
That is good.
I don't get it.
Why aren't you laughing with us, man?
I don't get it.
See, Jerry Nadler, he's a
big fat guy,
big boy,
and his pants are big enough to be a circus tent.
See, that's what we're doing here. I mean, that's what he meant. And now this music's playing too. How weird.
That's weird. That is weird, isn't it? Because this is the elephant walk.
Oh, I see. That's what we call in the business a segue, Jeffy.
I hope nobody mistakes that for a slam on you as we.
No. This is all about Nadler.
Okay.
Chewing
and
the fat with
circus
Jeffy.
and elephants and what.
So chicken in the news again.
Right.
Last week I told you that KFC announced it would test its 3D bioprinting technology. It was going to create the chicken nugget that will mimic the taste and appearance of the original nuggets.
No thanks.
Yesterday at noon, KFC and Crocs launched the KFC Crocs clogs that are topped with the chicken-scented drumstick gibbet charms.
No.
And they're going to be sold at the Crocs website. The Crocs themselves are a picture of the KFC bucket. And the shoes are going to be $60 a pair. And the $3 from each pair, we're just going to go towards the KFC Foundation Scholarship Fund for Employees. Now, I checked in yesterday, 45 minutes, 12:45, sold out.
I bet.
I don't know how fast it took them to sell it out, but at 12:45 Eastern, it was sold out.
Wow.
So, I mean, I hope you enjoy walking around smelling like little
pieces of chicken. Yeah.
Would you try to eat somebody if they walked by you and they were wearing those?
Well, they made a point of saying it wasn't edible, but you might give it a shot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Staying with chicken, Chick-fil-A to be exact. Last week, the U.S. Mint issued a statement requesting consumers to begin spending their coins because we have a coin shortage. A Chick-fil-A in Virginia said it's going to hand out free food vouchers to those who bring in $10 in coins.
I mean, this is getting out of control, man. And I saw the root of this, which it makes sense if you think about it, is I don't know, I don't want to steal the thunder of your story there, but
do you have the root of it? Do you know why it's happening?
The coin shortage?
Yeah. Why is it happening, Jeff?
Because of the pandemic, Pat. I don't know if you know that. People aren't spending their coins.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So
and it doesn't matter, because if you give Chick-fil-A, which I think should happen all over the country, by the way, every Chick-fil-A should be doing this. You bring in $10 worth of coins and get $10 cash back, and they give you the card that gets you either a Chick-fil-A sandwich, nuggets, or a grilled chicken sandwich.
That is awesome.
Oh, I should do that because I got a bunch of coins.
Well, you have to
keep
go
in
to
a jar
Virginia
at home?
right now. You have to do it in Virginia right now. That's what I'm saying.
it's
It
the only
should
one.
be available around across the country.
Sure should.
So basically,
Sure should.
like laundromats and stuff were closed, and so it just people weren't using coins, and now we're trying to get back on track.
Right.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, chicken in the news. Today is National Chicken Wing Day, which brings us to the NBA and the Los Angeles Clippers player Lou Williams, who is being investigated by the league for allegedly visiting a strip club. I'm sorry, gentleman's club. After he left Disney World, the coronavirus
he's supposed to be
bubble.
going to his dad's funeral.
Grandfather.
His
grandfather's funeral. And he
I
did
read
go to
that.
his grandfather's funeral.
And then he went to, which was in Los Angeles, right? And then he went to Atlanta to a strip club.
Well, Magic City Strip Club to be exact. Now, look, he grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And,
So? Hold on.
they had the after party after the funeral, the gathering
Celebration
after the
of
funeral
life, right?
at Magic City. And look, he was there, and then, rapper Jack Harlow posted on his Instagram account a picture of them.
Yeah.
Which he later deleted. And he said, and Harlow tried to say that it was an old photo. Williams never tried to deny it, because the mask that Williams was wearing was actually the mask that the Magic had given him. So it wasn't an old photo. But he didn't try to. I mean, that was Harlow that tried to say it was an old photo, try to cover up for his friend. But Williams said, "Hey, yeah, I attended a dinner there following the funeral."
Hold on, let me play the role of Jeffy real quick. Look, we all cope.
Who among us?
We all cope differently. All right.
Well, look, he even
you grieve in
tweeted.
your way, I'll grieve in mine.
He
Okay.
even tweeted, "Ask any of my teammates what's my favorite restaurant in Atlanta. Ain't nobody partying. Chill out." And he also then he retweeted later, Magic City got the best wings in the city.
Oh,
He grew up
okay.
in Atlanta. He played there for a couple of years. And Keith, I don't have to tell you this, but Magic City is just a few blocks from the Hawks' home court, right there in downtown Atlanta. And they have their signature wings named after him on the menu.
See,
Lou Will
Come
lemon
on.
pepper barbecue wings. So
There it is. He had
There
to go.
you go.
So
Check him out.
There's that. Now he's under a 10-day quarantine. So he probably could have gotten longer. I know there's the other player that got into quarantine because he picked up some food out of an unsecured area outside of the bubble as well. So just a helpful hint: go to a funeral for your grandfather. I mean, for a gathering. It's a good tip if you asked, why you were at a strip club or a gentleman's club. I went for the wings.
Who among
What are you
us, right,
talking about?
Jeffy?
Is there?
Who among us?
I mean, seriously, it's a gathering of remembrance of life.
Right.
And if you want to go to a place that has wings named after you, just so happens that it's a gentleman's club.
Just a reminder, Jeffy, we're going for the blackout square on bingo, so we can have a second winner this week. I swear, if you don't say who among us right now, I'm going to throw a highlighter across the room. Let's go. Who among us? Just say it.
I mean, who among us
Thank you.
hasn't
Thank
wanted
you.
to piss
Finally.
Keith off and not say something on that stupid bingo square?
Thank you.
Now, let's say you're wandering around Iceland, like some.
Oh, I want to someday. Yeah.
And you hear this.
I don't want to. Nope, I'm good.
So, or you may hear something like this. So, an Icelandic tourism group has devised an ad campaign that encourages people frustrated by the coronavirus pandemic to send them recordings of their screams, which will then be broadcast throughout the country.
No! No.
Now, you can go to lookslikeyouneediceland.com. In fact, we might as well just let them tell you about it.
Okay.
It's so hard out there right now today during the pandemic. People are struggling, left at home. Can't find any good news.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right.
So they set these speakers up several places around the country.
No.
Really?
Yeah, and they want people to go to their website, and they've got examples of people,
It's just
screaming.
weird. That's weird.
And
Looks
it's
like-
just
okay,
an advantage of you to, go to Iceland when times are better.
Looks like you need Iceland.com.
That's correct.
Okay.
So when it's all good and said and done, go to Iceland.
They got some cool stuff there. I'd
They
like to
do.
see Iceland someday.
And, Iceland's got about as many people as we see on the roads here in Dallas every day.
Yeah, it's 330,000 people in the whole country. Yeah, it's tiny.
So, it might be fun. I offered yesterday on Chewing the Fat, which is a podcast you should subscribe to, by the way, on any platform that warms the little cockles of your heart. For example, Spotify, iTunes, something like that. To send, if you're going to send Iceland your screams, copy Chewing the Fat as well. We'll air them on the podcast and
Nice.
help you out.
Yeah,
Let people
that would
know
be
how
fun.
you're
Yeah,
struggling.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
When you go to
It's a
that
good idea.
website, you need, looks like you need Iceland.com. It's a button comes up, tap and hold
Yeah.
and scream.
Yeah, they want your screams.
And then you can hear them on Chewing the Fat.
That's
later.
correct.
All right.
You
cool.
absolutely can. Exciting news, too. More exciting news. If Iceland Screams wasn't enough for you, coming this Saturday, August 1st, HBO Sports will air Seeing America with Megan Rapinoe. Showing
this is agonizing.
Showing a conversation.
No, no.
We need more.
No more
we need to have the
It
conversation,
gets worse.
Pat.
It gets worse.
Iceland?
Now,
Guess who she's having the conversation with?
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yep.
Thank you.
Nicole Hannah-Jones, of course, founder of the 1619 Project. And Hassan Minhaj, the comedian. It looks like it's going to be great.
How can we have this bigger conversation? For me, the point is to get the whole story.
Is it?
This is the first
What a
election where I feel like
lie.
we are actually voting for our lives.
I have this joke. Are we in the downfall section of our Wikipedia page right now?
Pause it for a second. This is the first election where blacks are voting for their lives?
For their lives.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Come on.
Are you questioning the promo already?
Yes.
I mean.
Yes. There have been other times for blacks when things were a tad worse for them than they are now in 2020.
Wow. Okay, Whitey.
where we bend over backward.
Wow.
And you've got channels and categories on every streaming service, and we're talking about black issues every minute of every day. You got your 1619 lie in our colleges. Don't give me that. This is the first one where black lives are actually on the line.
You got
Shut
professional
up.
sports bending
Can
over
we,
backwards.
Yep.
Can we continue the promo, please?
I don't know that we
Yes.
can.
All
Okay.
right, go ahead.
I feel like we are
I can
actually
handle
voting
it.
for our lives.
I have this joke. Are we in the downfall
Lie.
section of our Wikipedia page
That's a
right
conversation.
Female
Yes, you
athlete.
are.
I can't ever just be one thing. Is there an opportunity to shift our country?
Injustice is not built to last.
Wait.
Ooh, that was brilliant.
Injustice is not built to last.
Seeing America on HBO. Now, look.
Wait a minute. They did a whole promo, and the only good line they could come up with for AOC
I
was
know. Injustice is not built to last. It looks like they're trying to have more episodes be available, right? Because Executive Vice President for HBO Sports said in the release, Megan is fearless in speaking out on issues, joined by the 3 other dingleberries. That was me calling them that. Not
Fearless?
not him.
What does she have to fear?
That's not in the release?
No, I'm calling them dingleberries.
Okay.
It's not from HBO.
I mean, it works.
This conversation embraces the challenges we collectively face, and we're grateful Megan would choose HBO as home
So
for this
brave.
conversation.
So brave to say left-wing things on HBO. Wow,
my
that's
favorite,
so powerful
my favorite
of her.
tweet in the thread as they announced this was from a libertarian Steve, a soccer player, a bartender, a fiction writer, and a comedian. I'm sure this will be loaded with facts and useful information.
Good job.
That's excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, that's excellent. On a side note, too, Pat, you were talking about other networks. The NAACP and CBS announced a multi-year partnership to create scripted, unscripted, and documentary content focused around black artists and their stories. So
this might be the first election where blacks' lives are actually at stake.
Yeah.
Or whatever that
Because we have a
stupid
president
line was.
going from city to city with machine guns blaring.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Well,
Thank you.
Not that, but I mean, before the pandemic, they had the lowest unemployment rate in the history of the nation for black people and Hispanics. But don't worry about that.
Okay,
don't worry
Mr.
about that.
Quote your little facts all you want.
Yeah.
All I know, this is the first election.
Where their lives have actually been
at
stake.
Yeah.
Good news coming from A&E as well. That they said they were going to be canceling Live PD, and they did. And they canceled Live PD Police Patrol and Live PD Presents and PD Cam, and viewership has dropped. A little over 50%.
Wow, good.
A little over 50%.
Good. Serves them right.
Now they said,
and that was from what's his face from he's from MSNBC.
Yeah.
And Mediaite.
Yes.
I mean, he's a left-wing guy.
So A&E called the drop. It's just a temporary hit in ratings. So
we'll see.
Never mind that it brought in almost $300 million in advertising to the network.
Wow. That's great. Somebody will want those viewers.
You aren't lying.
Somebody's going to want to. He'll be shopping that pretty soon. He's probably doing it right now. Good for him.
No kidding. I definitely would. Anyway,
wow.
And there's more, but time's up. So chewing the fat is done already.
Wow, that's really sad.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brings a tear to the eye.
I wanted to make sure everyone does know, though, that this is the first election coming up, right?
Right,
in November,
where black lives are actually at stake.
It's important to remember
the first one ever. Wow. So this is really important this time.
Thank you.
In 2020.
Sounds serious.
Ed, welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. And, we got the, let's see it, Pat. What is our address on YouTube?
YouTube.com/Pat Gray.
I was just going to say that.
Really tough one.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Pat Gray.
Oh, because I thought it was YouTube.com chewing the fat with Jeff Fisher. No? That's not?
No.
No. Not even close.
I mean, that would be weird.
Like, do you have to
if
type
that
out
was
the whole
my
thing?
address?
Chewing the fat with Jeff
Chewing
Fisher?
the fat with Jeff Fisher, yeah.
Wow.
So, anyway, thank you. We finally hit our 10,000 subscribers
Hey,
goal.
look at that. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate that a lot.
Nice.
Next, on to 50,000. So please tell a friend. And, we want to boost the YouTube thing up. Get that up to... we got a plaque when we got the Blaze one up to 100,000. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that was a cool plaque.
That was.
So I want the plaque again.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's get to 100.
100,000.
It's only 10 times this.
We did a lot of work for that, too, and other people took credit. I don't like it.
And when you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell so you can be notified whenever there is a new video.
Okay.
And stuff.
We're also currently broadcasting live on Pluto TV, channel 250.
Yep.
Just as a reminder. And on Pluto, when you go there, you'll see that they're running a promo.
Oh, cool.
Video. And the video is... What is the promo?
I don't know. What's the promo? Go ahead and play it, Rob. Let's see what
play this promo. Oh, yeah, it's...
Baywatch.
It's the Baywatch thing. They want you to send your best slow-mo run, Baywatch style.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea.
That is cool.
So you got the David Hasselhoff running through, and then the...
Do I have to wear a red
babes.
a red swimsuit like that?
No, you could...
You're going to shoot another video?
See if your run made the cut, and there they are as a group.
That'd be great.
So you don't have to put a red bathing suit on, I don't believe.
No, I don't think so. In fact, we're submitting a clip pretty quickly to the YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
And we're submitting.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Submitting our Jeffy clip.
I want that submitted.
Yeah.
I want that on Pluto TV.
Yeah, I mean that looked similar to a scene from a movie.
Yeah, it did.
Kind of
like Fat Bastard from the
Bastard.
Yeah,
Austin Powers. Very similar, but
I mean, you get similar physiques, right, Jeffy? I mean, you're both athletically overweight.
Very athletic.
Yeah, all right.
I hope you win, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
So did you say you were going to submit one while you're in a bathing suit as well?
I might as well.
All right,
Why
we'll get a
not?
camera
Give it
crew
a shot.
out here. Yeah,
I
we'll
might
get
as well.
We'll get a camera crew out here, get some live for their eyes later, and we'll get to going.
I want to do it at the beach.
Yeah, which
I guess we could green screen the beach.
Yeah,
you could, or you could just go to Grapevine Lake and try it there.
Gosh. You better warn the public before we go out there.
All right, we got some tweets here. From Scintillating Duck, only one side is instigating this conflict, and it's not the federal law enforcement agencies, right? Keystone Pig, remember how understanding and tolerant Lincoln was when Confederate troops fired on that federal property back in 1861? Beautiful Stable Genius. I didn't realize it was turning into a frivolous Wednesday.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Also, we got this from Caffeinated Texan. Who among us hasn't been to a wake at a strip club? Probably nobody, right?
Well, it was the after party that Lou was at.
It's the after party.
It was the after gathering.
See, Jeffy's got it.
From Petty
Don't
Officer
make fun of
America,
us.
we need Pat to call up Iceland and scream, "We are not a democracy!" Just so we can get that on the record.
Yeah.
Be fun to have that on
I don't know,
in their beautiful scenery, too.
Iceland may be a democracy. Aren't
Yeah,
they the
they
ones
could
that
be.
did their constitution on Twitter?
Yep.
Yes.
Ugh.
That's them. All right. Also, we got some of the sports leagues restarting now.
That won't last long.
Would you
I don't
stop
know.
talking?
I think they're going to do it.
I don't want to hear
They
that.
knew this
No
was
way.
going to happen. And in Major League Baseball, they knew that somebody was going to get sick.
And if it had to happen to a team, at least it was a consequential team like the Marlins.
And with Miami being a real hot spot right now, you might expect the Marlins to be infected. And over half the team now is infected with COVID. And so they've put them on pause. And so their opponents will be on pause, at least for this weekend. I think they're going to play the Phillies, so neither team will be playing this weekend. And they said everything, the league's still a go.
Yeah.
For now. We'll see. Yeah, that is true.
See.
Now, is the NHL actually...
They did an exhibition, several exhibition games yesterday, and
no kneeling.
No kneeling whatsoever.
I like that.
I took this picture. They were starting off yesterday, and you got the Flyers and the Penguins, two rivals, and so I guess the imagery is they're standing shoulder to shoulder. I don't care. They're standing, period. Both national anthems were playing while they were standing,
And they mixed the teams together.
Yep.
So that was unusual.
Yeah, so that's...
But I don't
how they're
care.
gonna
That's
do it.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not kneeling.
No.
They're not social distancing either
No.
out there on the ice.
No.
That's going to be tough to do when you're beating each other in the
I
face.
know.
So they're going to do some exhibition games this week, and then Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern. I was a week off on Twitter this past weekend. I was so excited. I was thinking, here we go, we're doing this. No, it starts Saturday.
Is it tonight or tomorrow night for the NBA? Aren't they July
that would be mean
29th or 30th?
Caring
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
NBA.
It's coming up, though.
Probably shouldn't even pay attention because who cares?
They are going to be heavy in the BLM crap.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
And they will start July 30th. What is that? That's tomorrow, yeah.
Instead of playing basketball, I think they might just be lecturing on Black Lives Matter.
Well, it's important to
I think
have
they
the conversation.
Finally.
Thank you.
Finally. Are we going to finally have it?
I hope so.
During this NBA
I
season?
hope so, because we haven't. We haven't had the conversation.
It'd be nice to finally have it.
No more conversations. I'm all conversationed out. I think America is too.
How is that possible when we haven't had the conversation yet, Keith? Wow. Man, you tire easily because there's been almost zero conversation.
Thank you. That's the number I'm thinking of.
I'm not
zero.
a big talker like you, okay? I don't go around the neighborhood knocking on doors just to have idle conversations.
I am a neighborhood gadfly, and I can't stop talking about it.
Right.
And so we've had a lot of conversations in my neighborhood about race.
Good. Yeah, not me. I don't even
Go
know
on
the
and on
neighbors'
and on.
names.
Mostly what we do, though, is they ask me how my day is going so far.
Wow.
And I like to tell them
How's your day going?
pretty
so
much every
far?
detail of my day up
Wow.
until that point. And so it takes a while, you know. Takes a while.
That's weird because here you don't even give us the time of day when the microphones are off.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Weird.
That's weird.
I guess your neighbors are lucky.
I guess so.
Oh, you talked out.
Right.
Talked out.
That's right. By the time I get here, pretty talked out.
And you recharge when you get home. I see.
Apparently, Dr. Anthony Saint Fauci of DCC.
Thank you. Be proper.
Was a little thrown out by the time he got to the pitcher's mound the other night to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
He threw out his arm.
Yeah.
His arm was destroyed before this terrible pitch.
What's he been like doing curls or something?
So that
was his excuse.
Playing catch, right? Isn't that what he was
doing? His
doing?
first offering.
Whoa!
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4.
Just a bit outside.
Ball 8.
Oh, Bob Uecker, by the way, still announcing Brewers games, I was told by a Pat head.
Is he really?
Yeah, how cool is that?
That's really cool. What is he, like 90?
80-something.
Wow.
I'll check. I forgot.
I thought he actually...
I thought he died.
I thought we lost him.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought we lost him.
I thought we did.
86 years old.
That's wow.
That's awesome.
It's the same guy we're talking about.
Same guy, Bob Uecker. Must be the front row. Remember that commercial?
No, I don't. I remember my grandfather laughing about that commercial.
I don't think that's accurate at all. Anyway, so
anyway, Fauci had an
Fauci
excuse.
is blaming he
had an injury.
You have to practice for a first pitch.
Yeah. The White House coronavirus task force member told the Wall Street Journal that he completely destroyed his arm while playing catch for the first time in decades a couple days before taking the mound. He is 79.
Okay.
Right?
And he probably did practice. I mean, if you were going to do
did.
that, you'd want to practice a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm much younger than him, and I have thrown my arm out throwing the ball one time. So I guess whatever. But get out there and just, I don't know, lob it or something, right? Underhand. I don't know what you want to do.
He says, instead of putting my normal motion of just lobbing the ball, which would have been the best thing to do, I thought, oh, baby, I better put a lot of different oomph into it.
But you just threw out your arm. You just admitted you had already thrown out your arm.
And I did, and you saw what happened. Yeah. Yes, we did. It
He
was
figured
embarrassing for you.
using a little more oomph, that throwing out the arm would just, compensate, but no.
It doesn't matter because he's going to receive a major human rights award. He and Colin Kaepernick here pretty quickly.
Come off it.
Colin Kaepernick is going to receive the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Award.
Yeah.
Both he and Saint Fauci
yeah.
of DCC are receiving this award. So that's great. It's given to people for their equal justice work in every corner of society, sometimes at great personal cost. We're deeply honored to celebrate these change makers.
Sometimes at great personal cost. He's one of those guys who's not done anything for great personal cost. Stop it.
What do you mean? He's given his life to the cause of medical health, of health of Americans.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been
stuff.
great personal cost. Take a look at the bank account.
I haven't seen his bank account, but I'd like to.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
Jeffy has. I believe it.
Meanwhile, somebody who may be seeing some personal cost is a Steelers player, Pittsburgh Steeler Stephen Tuitt, Stephon Tuitt, who has chosen not to kneel for the flag.
Whoa,
he says.
Is he allowed to not kneel?
He got wound up about it too.
Yeah, he did. And he said, let's see if I can find the quote. He said, also, I'm not kneeling for the flag, and screw anybody who have a problem with that.
Yeah.
My grandmother was an immigrant from the Caribbean and worked her ass off to bring 20 people over the right way. She had no money, educated herself to be a nurse. She's living good now. So that's pretty
the American story.
Solid.
That is
and
the
he
American
realizes
dream
it.
right there.
And as a black man in America with that perspective and sharing it, thank you.
I love this guy.
And man enough to say, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you got a problem with that, screw you. What did he say?
Cameron Hayward, Tuitt's teammate, said that the team would be protesting in unity however they choose to do it.
That was before this quote.
Tuitt won't be doing that.
Yeah, so this isn't in unity.
And screw anybody who has a problem with it.
Thank you.
Yes! Yes.
I love that. I mean, Now that's bravery. That's courage.
Yes.
That's somebody taking a stand.
In today's world, that's bravery. I'll tell you that.
Big time.
Yeah. So memo to Drew Brees. That's how it's done.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Of course, easier for a black guy than a white guy.
Yes.
I'll give him that. But still, it would have been nice to see some giblets from Drew Brees and say, look, I'm not, I heard Colin Kaepernick say it was about the flag, and I'm not going to kneel. Yeah. So
now, and I posted the story of the lady from Yugoslavia who says, hey, America, wake up. 30 years ago, this was our country. You're right,
we hear that all.
You're right on the edge. And one of the things she said was, stop trying to defend your views. Just don't backpat. Don't just say it. If they call you a racist or whatever, just let it go. You can't sit there and try to appease people that are going to call you out for taking a stand.
Well, they don't care. It doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter if you we've seen that in all of these peaceful protests. That it doesn't matter. History and knowing what their protest, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Burn it down.
Yeah.
So you're wasting your breath by trying to straighten it out. Just be.
Yeah, we're up against revolutionaries. Mm-hmm. They don't care what you have to say or why you say what you say. Just say it if you believe it and then move on.
Amen.
Drew?
Hallelujah.
Right. Well, Drew,
where's
Drew,
my angel choir?
Get up off your knees, Drew, and talk to us for a little bit, would you?
Yeah, we can't hear you while you're down there groveling.
All right. Let me tell you about Ruff Greens. This is a dog food supplement because dog food, especially if you use the dry kibble stuff for your dog, all of the good stuff, all of the live nutrients have been baked out of it. They've been burned right out of the food because they have to be sterilized so they can last over 3 centuries. We just found out yesterday. It's over 3 centuries on the store shelf.
You don't want dog food on the shelf.
You don't. Till 2320? No. I mean, that's just too long. That's just too long. So if you get some of that food, you bring it home, then also get Ruff Greens, this supplement, to put on top of it. Just sprinkle it on the top of your dog's food, mix it in. They absolutely love the taste of this, and you're going to see them gobble up their food. And it comes with all kinds of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, the probiotics, the omega oils, all the good stuff to make them happy and healthy and active again in their life. Been telling you about this for a while now. It's not a dog food. It's a dog food supplement. It's jam-packed with all those things that I've told you, and your dog is going to go crazy for this stuff. If you don't believe me, just take the Ruff Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge. It's $14.95, and you'll see the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, go to ruffgreens.com/blaze. That's ruffgreens.com/blaze. I got some tweets here from Michael NP1701. Don't force the bingo. Keith is always making bingo awkward.
Look,
That's true.
That's a fact.
It's true. He's always forcing the bingo.
True. I don't deny it.
It's supposed to happen naturally.
I don't deny it. I think that if we're trying to get 25 squares covered by Friday, I'm just trying to help everybody out.
Let's make it let it be natural. Let
me ask you a question. What happens if we don't?
Yeah, it stinks for our awesome audience. And I'll point the bony finger of blame at you.
From John D. I would rather have a conversation with a brick wall than Megan Rapinoe, I guess.
No.
On HBO. Lone Wolf tweets, because nothing says, I want to get the whole story, like meeting with people who think exactly like you do.
I know.
Yeah. That's true. AOC, Megan Rapinoe, Nicole Hannah-Jones.
Oh, whoever's going to be acting.
Whoever that guy
He's
was.
Just a YouTube comedian guy.
Oh, I bet he's funny if he's there.
Well, yeah, you heard his joke about Wikipedia. Hilarious.
Funny.
Oh, yeah, that was
hilarious.
Right.
Yeah. It's in the cluster thing. Tweets, at the pace Democrats are increasing their hyperbole by October, they're going to be telling us President Trump single-handedly killed every black person in America.
Yeah.
They haven't already?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, because we can see the evidence that the job's not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their October surprise, Jeffy.
That Trump has killed every minority in America. 888-900-3393. If it's not Trump, it's going to be, this stupid virus going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Because we're not wearing masks, and then the hydroxychloroquine lie. I mean, Fauci, Saint Fauci of DCC just addressed a couple of those things during an interview the other day.
Wear a mask all the time when you're outside. Social distancing, 6 feet at least.
Right.
Avoid crowds. Close bars in areas where there's viral activity, and do hand hygiene. There's no question about that. So that's
I love it. And as he's saying all this, he's not wearing his mask. He's not socially distanced. He's at the
Outside.
baseball game outside.
At all times.
Mask pulled down, watching the game.
Well, he said he was getting a drink. You can see that he was getting
He's got
a
his
drink
hands
right there.
together.
Yeah.
Getting a drink.
Yeah, he's not.
No, it's
he's
an
not
invisible
drinking.
cup. What are we doing here?
There he is again.
He's laughing.
Not
got
getting
his
a
phone,
drink.
Got his phone out.
Yeah.
I think that's not really arguable. How about a hydroxychloroquine?
It's not even arguable.
But it is arguable.
It is arguable.
It is
Yeah,
arguable.
they keep telling us this stuff.
I know.
They keep telling us these things. I don't think they mean what they think they mean.
That's like with global warming. When they say you can't argue it,
Yeah. Yes, you can.
you know that the opposite is true.
Yes.
Chloroquine, and the president promoting the effectiveness of hydroxychloroquine. We know the FDA has recommended against emergency use.
And what is this crusade? What against hydroxychloroquine?
Yeah, I don't know.
They've always got to discredit it. They've always have to. This has to be part of their plan where hydroxychloroquine is disparaged. Well, it has obviously worked for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're saying. We've heard from those people.
Yeah,
There's evidence of it.
Witnessed it.
Yes.
Right. Right, exactly, and I go along with the FDA.
Of course you do.
The overwhelming prevailing clinical trials that have looked at the efficacy of
Show 'em to me.
hydroxychloroquine
I
have
wanna see 'em.
indicated that it is not effective in coronavirus disease.
Wow.
And
Wow.
one of the retweets from the president also accused.
It's interesting because I just heard the way this works. It doesn't actually, hydroxychloroquine doesn't fight the disease. It fights your body fighting itself. It stops your body from doing that, is my
Okay,
understanding
makes
of it.
sense. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So that's what it does. It doesn't actually fight the virus itself. It allows your body to stop fighting itself so that it can take
fight
on
the virus. Right. Okay.
And that's what hydroxychloroquine does.
Is you misleading the public on many issues. You've been at the NIH since 1984. You've advised 6 presidents. Can you continue to do your job when the President of the United States is publicly questioning your credibility in this way?
No, I can't.
You know, George, I don't know how to address that. I'm just going to certainly continue doing my job. I don't tweet. I don't even read them. So I don't really want to go there.
No,
I
you're
just will
completely
continue
nonpartisan.
to do
You're
my
just-
job no matter what comes out.
you're a
Because I think it's
sainted
very
man.
important.
You're
We're in the
not-
middle of a crisis with regard to an epidemic, a
You're not in the fray.
pandemic.
He's not in
This
the
is
fray.
what I do. This is what
That's
I've
what
been
you
trained
do.
for
It's all you're
my
doing is
entire professional life, and I'll
saving
continue to do
people.
it.
That's all he does. All
Well,
he
he's a
does is
saint.
save people. He's a saint. That's all he does. The sainted Fauci is just about one thing, and that's saving lives. That's all he's about. Okay? So, just trying to tell you, hydroxychloroquine doesn't work. So, for all the people it's worked for, sorry, you're wrong. It didn't.
And as we found out,
you're
that
really sick right now.
His how many years since '84? He's been in public service at great personal cost.
Great personal cost.
So I can't take it.
I can't either.
I can't.
I can't either. So everything that I have heard from medical people and people who've done is that hydroxychloroquine has actually worked, and there is evidence of that. And that masks really don't do anything. Not the ones we're wearing anyway.
And let's say that
it's the complete opposite of what he says.
And let's say the facts show that hydroxychloroquine doesn't fight the disease, right? As we just said, it doesn't fight the disease. It helps you not fight yourself so that you're able to fight the disease. Right? Why not say that?
Right.
Instead of saying it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
When was it last week? There was a
Friday.
Yeah,
we had the
Friday.
Call.
We had the call from I don't remember where. Was it Pennsylvania? And he said his family, virtually his whole family got it. The kids got it, he got it, and they weren't that sick. But his wife
was
got it and wound up in the hospital. They would not give her hydroxychloroquine. She kept getting worse. They finally brought her home, had their primary physician prescribe finally hydroxychloroquine. Within 12 hours, she was better. Within 12 hours.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. There's the efficacy of hydroxychloroquine. It's just not that there's no efficacy. Shut up!
Talking about?
And I mean, thousands of people have been treated with it. Tens of thousands, probably. Maybe hundreds of thousands. And it's worked for many of them.
Yes,
and
it
doctors have said so.
Yep.
So I don't know. Then they're pointing to this. We should talk about this latest doctor too. In fact, we played some of what she had to say yesterday about hydroxychloroquine.
Oh, but she's crazy.
She said some other things, and they're using her now to discredit hydroxy.
Yeah.
Pat.
This 888-900-3393. Okay, the doctor we played yesterday. She was standing with a group of doctors, and she was talking about hydroxychloroquine. And then she was saying how many patients she's treated with it, and
In
it's
Houston.
worked. Yeah. And she called it a cure, which, I don't think you can call it that, but
To
it's
her,
obviously
it
helped
was.
it's helped people. It really has. Now, Fauci can deny it all he wants and say there's no evidence. Well, get out of here. Of course there's evidence. There's actual evidence from doctors who have used it and saved patients with it.
I mean, there's actual, surviving humans that used it that claimed to it that it saved them.
And we've heard from several of them. Okay, so this doctor has some other very strange beliefs.
Wow.
Okay, so now they're using her, calling her insane as a way to discredit hydroxychloroquine. Right. So everything she said about hydroxychloroquine is null and void now, I guess. I mean, because she says that other medical conditions are caused by people having sex in their dreams with demons and witches.
I'm sorry, can you recap that one?
Yeah. Gynecological problems like cysts and endometriosis are in fact caused by people having sex in their dreams with demons and witches.
I mean, are you saying that doesn't make sense?
Who am I?
That's what I'm saying.
Who among us hasn't at some point in their dreams?
I mean, I'm telling you, I've blamed a cyst or two on that.
I'll bet you have. And we'd like to hear about that, but we're all out of time.
Oh, shoot.
We're all out of time.
No, I'm willing to talk about some
we're
more.
all out of time. Because I got to tell you.
He just said we're out of time.
It's time to talk about the reptilians in the government now.
Oh, no.
Because apparently
We've seen
that.
actual video footage of that in the past.
That's true, right?
Yeah, we have.
That's
true. So
there's that.
So, and that's what what everybody is saying. Okay, she says hydroxychloroquine's a cure. She also says blah, 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 blah. Okay. It doesn't mean that hydroxychloroquine doesn't work.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
It may not be a cure and may not work for every single person. But I think when you're a doctor who knows how to use it and knows who to use it on, when to use it, during the course of and I think it's supposed to be used earlier rather than later. But I know that there was a doctor who said he used it late in the treatment of some of these people, and they pulled out of it. So I don't know. Who am I?
My evidence is my nephew that was really sick with coronavirus, with COVID-19. And I mean, they finally gave him the hydroxychloroquine. It saved him. So, I mean, that's just, look, okay, so you're right. It doesn't work just on him.
Right. Just that one person. That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird. He
I know.
Just must have had the right metabolism in order for that to kick in.
He would have pulled out anyway. Oh, okay. All right.
So I don't know. I mean, and now we're being told that even after they develop a vaccine, we still have to wear masks and socially distance?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I mean, we've been told, okay, well, when we get to the vaccine, then you can, the vaccine, then things can get back. And now, not even then.
Yeah.
Not even then.
It won't be good enough.
So we're always...
It's never going to be good enough, man.
I guess we're always going to have to wear masks and socially distance
the
from now on.
Goalposts are going to keep moving. They're going to keep moving the goalposts.
Well, they've shown that.
Yes,
over
they have.
and over and over and over and over, they've moved the goalposts. So, at first it was flatten the curve. Now it's everybody's got to be cured.
Yeah.
And we have to be rid of this disease, I guess, eradicate it from the earth, and then maybe we can go back? No, not even then. No, it'll come right on back if you don't socially distance and wear a mask. The mask is saving everybody.
What about some of the different drugs that have been helping people? Oh, no, those don't work.
Those don't work. No.
Yeah. And I apologize. I mean, that metaphor doesn't really work. Move the goalpost, it really only affects kickers, right? I mean, I guess it should be move the goal line, shouldn't it? Come on, who's with me? Let's work to change that saying. It shouldn't be move the goalpost unless you're talking about a kicker. He's not into it. Jeffy wants to be into it, but he's waiting for permission from Pat to be into it.
You're right, but no one is going to do it.
Move the goal line, not the goalpost.
The saying's already locked in.
I don't like it.
It is locked in,
Well,
and the
it's
knob's
stupid.
been ripped
Yes,
off.
it has. Yes, it has.
Okay, now you got to do the
You're
radio
not
bit.
changing
Now
the
you got to do the
dial.
radio bit.
Lock it in and rip the knob off.
Thank you. Okay.
Power 99.
Rockin' the Bay.
Thank you. I had to get that off my chest. I'm sitting over here thinking that was a dumb metaphor, Keith. Sorry.
All right, but everybody who is claiming all this stuff, they've got allies out there. Anybody who buys into the mask thing buys into it hard, it seems, and that's great. That's fine. I just don't think you should do things like this. This sign has sprung up all over Utah, and I don't know if it's in other places now too, but I think this is despicable.
It is, man.
They put up these signs in people's yards for the safety of all masks. They've got a picture, and this is a picture that many LDS families have in their homes.
Wow.
Of Jesus. For the safety of all, face masks are required to be able to call yourself my follower.
Are you for this? Is
wow.
We have lost control.
Yeah, that's despicable to me. You're speaking for Jesus now on behalf of mask wearing? Okay, you're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me that in the scriptures. I haven't seen that anywhere. But
read your Bible, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, thanks for jumping to my defense. I want you on board with read your Bible.
The New Testament.
The new edition, revised edition.
Okay. Yeah.
The new
revised.
I've
not read the new revised.
New Testament. Yeah, it's in light red lettering and everything. Yeah.
Light red.
Yeah.
That's where we're not sure.
Is it in the book of Fauci?
Yeah.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh man. I mean, come on. Stop it.
Despicable.
Stop
That's
it.
the word right there. Despicable.
And in my church, we believe in the Constitution. We believe in the founding fathers. We believe they're divinely inspired men. The Constitution's a divinely inspired document. You're telling me that the Constitution allows for the government to mandate that I wear a mask everywhere I go? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. That is not the case.
Is that a sign that they're getting desperate to get their message out?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to play the Jesus card on them.
It shows they're losing and they're desperate. Now, should I wear it because people are asking me to in businesses? Yes. Yes, I probably should. If the grocer whose store I want to attend says that I have to have a mask to enter his premises, I should probably wear the mask.
So now what if you're a shopper, right? And you're in the store. You're not anyone of authority, but you're just a shopper and you see other shoppers and their children not wearing masks. Should you approach them and say really bad things?
Beat the crap out of them.
Well, let's see. What would Jesus say about that? Okay. I didn't see that on the sign. I didn't see that part on the sign. No.
Oh, watch this.
Watch this.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even the school requires children under the age of 10 not to wear them. So why would I let them wear them? Why? It's being ridiculous. You're so ridiculous. You take care of yourself.
Oh, my God.
Wow. I hope you all die.
Such a great thing to say.
You're all going to die. I hope you all die.
Good for you guys.
Right in a little girl's face. Are you for real?
You see at the end, there's a loving couple of two males that are walking in without masks behind her. She didn't go after them.
No. We got to yell at the kid.
That's despicable.
And the mom's trying to explain, kids don't have to wear masks. Okay? I mean, that's part of this order if you're under the age of 10. It's a poor little girl. Is like, what, 4 or 5 years old?
I'm pretty safe. I feel pretty safe for my children since you're wearing a mask.
I hope you all die.
But again, You can't explain it. That lady's obviously out of control. You're not going to be able to say, ma'am.
No, she's not okay. She can't hear.
But
that.
hey, I guess the kids got off lucky because they weren't maced like the couple in California was for eating in a park without masks on. Still not sure how you eat with a mask on, but
and both sides have gotten carried away with
yes,
this.
they have.
Yes, they have.
We've seen that.
Yes, I mean this is.
But again, should I comply if the grocer tells me to put the mask on to come into his business? Yes,
I guess.
If my church wants me to wear it when I go to services, I
guess
I'm going to. I'm going to. But should the government mandate that I wear it? No, they should not. I shouldn't be forced to wear it by a government.
But I feel like these businesses that we're giving the pass to of, yes, that's their right to say that we wear a mask if we come into their stores. I feel like those businesses, I'm okay with them telling their employees to wear a mask, but I feel like those businesses should say we're American businesses. And
what's that mean?
You should be able to, make that choice.
Right.
And some of them are falling back to that now.
Yes,
They're trying to fall back to that because people are going out of their minds. And we've already had local law enforcement reminding people, don't take it upon yourselves. Just go about your business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got it.
Leave
It's
people
okay.
alone.
Yeah.
Leave people alone.
It's not up to you. Go get your kale and get out.
Yeah. This battle is going to continue to rage.
Well, for years apparently.
Yeah.
And then it's going to have a new battlefront, which is going to be over the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they already, and look, we got airlines. The airlines are saying that you have to wear a mask, right? And Delta is saying, hey, if you come to us and say you don't want to wear a mask, all right, if you can't prove it, we're going to put you on a list. You can't fly with us for I don't know how long. And if you say it's a health issue or a doctor's, I don't have to wear a mask, prove it. We're going to make you prove it to us before we let you on the plane.
Or as they're saying, wear your papers. Wear your papers, please, right? And how many people die from the flu every year? I'm not comparing the two.
Flu doesn't exist anymore.
Like 30 to 60,000 a year.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it exists
and more
anymore,
than
right? I think all other diseases
and it's
are
very
gone.
contagious. Is it not contagious? It's pretty contagious, right?
It's contagious.
So again, there's never been hysteria
over
about
any
masks or vaccines or any of that stuff. Election year flu. I'm blaming China a lot less now, and now I'm just blaming our idiotic leaders here, cities and states. This is out of control, and I don't see it getting better.
Everybody should have done what New York did, because look how well they handled it.
We should all moved into nursing homes.
Yeah, all the sick people move them right into nursing homes, and then just the old people die, but the other people live, so that's fine, right?
Right.
That's how they handled it in New York, and he got praised by Saint Fauci of DCC.
He sure did. He's been doing victory laps.
And he got more federal money because of it. What?
Yep.
Whoa, excuse me. Outside voice.
Jeez. All right, let me tell you about realestateagentsitrust.com. If you're trying to sell your home, you know how challenging that can be, and that's why you need a real estate agent who's going to come in and take charge of the situation. Help you out with things you need to do, like paint your house, paint the interior, the exterior. Maybe you need to fix the roof in places. Who knows? Well, your real estate agent does. From realestateagentsitrust.com. From the day you interview them until the minute you sign on the dotted line, they're going to be there for you. And the same goes for if you're buying a house as well. When you choose your agent through Real Estate Agents I Trust, you've just partnered yourself with a competitive winning machine. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really kind of says it all. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
We got a nice letter from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the Office of the Governor.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, one of our audience members sent us this. It says she had a friend write the governor asking, where's the proof, the medical, the scientific proof that masks work?
Show me that masks work, because we heard at the beginning they don't, and now they're the be all and end all.
Yeah, they sure are.
And they're going to fix everything now. Now they cure all diseases, I think.
It's true.
They keep you from getting anything.
Like gout.
You can't even get gout or combination
Exactly.
skin.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, you can't get the heartbreak of psoriasis if you wear a mask. You can't.
It is possible though if you dream about having sex,
You might get a cyst.
You get a cyst.
That's true.
Yeah, with a demon or a witch.
Right. Yeah.
Well, now that's true.
Okay, so she's written back, Dear Ms. Whoever, this letter is in response to your July 18, 2020 open records request received by the Office of the Government.
Oh, Andy Bashir's office responded, huh?
On
Okay,
July
very
20th, 2020.
good. See the proof.
In your request, you asked for an opportunity to inspect and obtain copies of the indicated scientific data and reports referenced by the governor that show that masks work to stop the spread of the coronavirus. After a diligent search, the office of the governor is not in possession of any responsive records.
So it could be out there, just not there.
They admit it.
So they got nothing. They don't have
A
any
diligent search of the office.
They have no proof. No proof. I mean,
that's incredible.
He's citing proof, and then they can't produce any. That's amazing.
That sure is.
That is fantastic.
They could have even found some weird Google search
could
and
you
found
find
some
nothing?
article.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You could have, at the very least, you could have cited Dr. Saint Anthony Fauci of DCC.
Dr.
But they didn't even do that.
Wow.
It's just incredible. Because Fauci hasn't cited any proof that I know of either. In fact, it's
he
been
doesn't
the
have
opposite.
to. He just says it, and it's so.
Right, that's true. That is true. And you dare not question him.
Do not question.
Man, when the president questions him, they jump all over and run right to Fauci. Did you see that the president, he questioned you? Did you see that? Can you believe it? Do you hate him now?
Right.
Do you hate him? Will you hate him like we do?
Because we still hate him. We still hate him. We say we love you. We say we love you. We're going to give you awards, but we hate President Trump.
Yeah, so ridiculous. In Australia, there's a little anti-mask sentiment going on, right? Yeah. Let's see this.
Go ahead and play that.
Australia.
We, the Australian
We
people,
will not consent.
do not consent to forced mask wearing.
I hear a
To the Australian
fire.
government, you can take your control and your
Crackling.
fear-based evilness away. We, the people, do not consent to
Yeah.
the draconian laws.
Good for you.
Be they gone.
Be they gone. Oh, wait. Now that's poor planning. Because you barely even got it near the fire. Come on. Put it on the fire next time. Come on, now we gotta wait for it. There we go.
Oh, okay, finally blew into the fire. That's good. At least one of the masks got caught on fire. Oh, the other one is now too.
Yeah, it's burning.
All right.
It's a little less dramatic when you toss it into a fire pit and it just goes on the sides. Just saying.
We could ruin absolutely everything, even people that agree with
it really wasn't that difficult of a thing. I mean, just put the things on the flame.
Right. It was windy, right?
Yeah. And she wanted to do it casually. She didn't want to walk over and gently place it on the fire. She wanted to throw it because your stupid mask isn't worth my time. And then she didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're messing with fire and you're trying to light things on fire, though, you do want to kind of, plan ahead and figure out what's going to happen. Like this lady, jilted lover or something, pours gasoline into the back of the vehicle and then sets it on fire, doesn't think ahead, and then poof!
Oh,
discover fire!
That is great video, man.
Oh, man.
She's fine. It's like a Russian dog. She's so fine, she can go back and get the can.
Yeah, she went back and got the can.
She's good!
It's a Russian dash cam.
She's fine! The car, however, will have an insurance adjuster visit.
Wow.
So that's how you handle a fire video. I mean, that was definitely dramatic.
No doubt.
That could have caught the other car on fire that was next to it, though. That's not.
And it still might.
It still might.
I mean, I don't know how long that video goes. I've only watched it. It's watching her get blasted back from the explosion.
I think that video actually runs like a minute or so, and it's just. I think some Cub Scouts show up and roast marshmallows and stuff. I mean, it hangs out for a while.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, boy, that was something.
Hell
else.
hath no fury, huh?
Because have you ever seen a car burn like that right down to nothing? I mean, it's really, really.
Or there's like a frame left on the interstate or something.
Yeah, and I mean, the tires explode and the inside melt. I mean, it's really.
Yeah,
that thing kind of fun.
That was on the way
when nothing else is around.
Are you a pyro? Oh, my
kind
goodness.
of. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of.
We had a car pull into the one parking lot at one of the radio stations I worked at that was on fire, and the guy opened the hood, which he should not have done.
Oh no!
Should not have opened that hood. And then we just got to watch the whole thing burn right down to nothing. That was fun. It was fun.
Okay, well, good.
It's great.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I did. It was great.
Did you roast marshmallows?
Tires exploding. Actually, I thought about it, but we didn't have any, and there wasn't enough time to go get them.
Because you ate them all.
So,
sorry.
Plus, I prefer marshmallows frozen.
Frozen.
That's just me.
What now?
I prefer the marshmallows frozen.
Frozen marshmallows.
Yeah.
Never heard of such a thing.
To roast on the fire or just
no, just to eat.
'em?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
888-900-3393. Did you guys see that Apple is about to come out with Apple Glass?
Yeah.
Apple Glass headset is going to debut pretty soon. They think it's going to be done to announce maybe by September.
Plus, we've got the heads of the new 4 mafia families testifying beginning today, right, in front of the Judiciary Committee, and Apple is one of them, right?
Yeah.
We got Google,
Apple, Google,
Tim
Facebook.
Cook. Yeah, they're all there, the heads of the 4 families.
So what's this thing you're talking about? Is this where they? Is this the glasses?
Yeah, it's like
you can see it on your screen.
Like the Google Glass that they still haven't really perfected and come out with. Apple's
So
got the
that-
same thing.
So Chloe put it on my screen, and it's in your.
It's in your face.
Yeah.
It's in and so you're looking at this. I don't know how you walk around.
Well,
with
they
that.
said that's one of those things that the studies have shown has been so difficult is to
navigate it.
adjust so that you're able to see what's on the screen and still see what's live.
But yeah, but like for
Right.
example,
that would take some getting used to.
Yes.
Who knows what Jeffy's going to put on his Apple glasses? But if someone is on the other side of him having a conversation, will they know what he's looking at?
No, they won't.
So it won't be like the reverse image.
Which is interesting because on the glasses that they showed, it had a record feature, which could be really dangerous, I would think, for what you're looking at. You could be recording.
Why would it be dangerous?
You never take your glasses off when you come to bed. What is that all about? Am I right, Jeffy?
I mean, I just set the glasses down.
There you go. Yeah.
But they apparently they think that this will replace the iPhone.
It's possible. I mean, that's what I've said all along. Really, they're still talking about glasses and stuff, but I really believe we might as well just start putting the helmet on.
Well,
wearing the helmet.
Okay, you do the helmet, then you upgrade to the glasses, and then before long, it's going to be
the chip.
Like
yeah.
lens. Well,
we had the show that we watched.
The contact lens
for a while. That was the contact lens. Right? What was the name of that stupid
so cool.
show?
Continuum.
Continuum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not far from that
No,
right now.
we are not.
We are not far from it. That will not happen in 2077 like it did in that show. That's coming way sooner than that.
The only difference is
sooner.
she had the chip that she could upload the information.
Yeah.
Right.
And she had the
suit.
she had the suit, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It was bulletproof.
It was a really cool suit. I will say
things.
that it didn't appear to have a fat guy suit. It didn't appear. Now that maybe they'll have one.
Maybe
that's possible.
Yeah,
but it didn't look like the designers were designing.
That one was
them
not designed for a fat
for
guy.
the athletically overweight
people. That was for an in shape woman, and it worked out well for her.
Yes, it did.
But
yes, it did.
These are apparently going to retail for $499.
That's not bad.
For $500, you can get these glasses.
That's not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's
think.
half the cost of a cell phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they want $1,000 for the iPhone.
You're going to get the $500 for the Apple Glass, but you're going to have to have the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to have to have.
Yeah,
the phone.
Are you though?
I don't know, but
Are you?
That's an Apple way.
Surely you have to.
If
how else are you gonna?
If it's like the watch, it won't be as cool. It won't be as.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It diminishes it
just
a little
tad.
bit. Yeah, we'll see.
So what are you going to do with your Apple glasses, Jeffy? What are you going to look up?
I think
we're all out of time. We're all out of time.
Hey, look at this.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.